Hello everyone, and welcome back to Bible Talk with CGM. Now for this week's episode, I wanted to highlight my favorite athlete of all time, Russell Wilson. Now you must be thinking to yourself, how does an NFL quarterback relate to the book of Deuteronomy? Well, I'll show you, and I think you'll find it very interesting. Also, I'd like to thank you guys so much for the positive feedback on my last video. So if you guys want to be featured next week, be sure to comment your thoughts down below. And with all that said, let's jump right in. So first, I want to highlight some tweets from
Mr. Unlimited.
and he's made these in the past. These tweets all show that he is about giving the glory to Jesus and God. Whether it be actually tweeting, all for your glory Jesus, or just biblical verses such as cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. This man really devotes himself to the Lord and is a great example we can use today. Let's talk a bit about Deuteronomy, and I really don't want to get too much into detail about this book, but basically it's all about this one main idea. Are the people of Israel going to stick with God and Moses and let them lead them further to the promised land, or will they try to do things on their own? Let's just say it's been quite a journey to this point, and many of the Israelites were getting sick of eating manna and following orders. They didn't realize what their true destiny was. Let me highlight some scripture from Deuteronomy to give you a better idea. You must obey all the commands that I give you today, because then you will live and grow to become a nation. You will get the land that the Lord promised to your ancestors, and you must remember the entire trip that the Lord your God has led you through these 40 years in the desert. He was testing you. He wanted to make you humble. He wanted to know what is in your heart. Don't ever say to yourself, I got all this wealth by my own power and ability. Remember, the Lord your God is the one who gives you power to do these things. He does this because he wants to keep the agreement that he made with your ancestors, as he is doing today. We need to realize that when we have struggles and hardships in our lives, these are tests that we will either pass or fail. Now let's bring this back to Russell Wilson. Now, being a Seahawks fan, I really don't want to relive this moment, but I think you all know what I mean by the 1-yard line interception in the Super Bowl. It was the biggest play of the game, potentially in all of Super Bowl history, and it was in the hands of Danger Russ. Now, what did Russell Wilson do after this? He shook Tom Brady's hand, he didn't give up hope, and he kept on believing. He knew that God would be with him, and Russ needed to trust. Now, let's fast forward to this season, where at the time of recording this video, they are off to a better start than when they won the Super Bowl. The let Russ cook mentality has helped to start this season with a bang. Now all the fans on Twitter can say, "In Russ we trust," all they want, but Russ knows exactly who he needs to trust, and that is the Lord. With Russell having all this money, tons of fame, and tremendous skill, you would think that he wouldn't even need God's help. But Wilson doesn't credit himself. He always gives the credit to God. This is what we need in order to be successful. A relationship with God is a two-way street. You have to show God that you want to do good things and you want to be successful. Russ still has to practice in order to be good. He can't just chill with Sierra on the couch. Wilson's training has made him into an excellent quarterback, but it is with God's hand that he is going to be able to take that one step further and potentially be the NFL's next MVP. The thing that I love so much is that Russ realizes this. Unlike the Israelites, Russell is grateful for every opportunity he gets on that field. Now, to relate this to you and me, we should always have this same mentality. For example, when you go and step into your car today, just pay attention and let Jesus take the wheel and bring you safely to wherever you need to go. You may take something like safe driving for granted, but nothing is guaranteed in this world except for the love that Jesus has for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys really did enjoy this episode. It was a fun one for me, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Peace!